presents Keur Jula Challenge Business Plan Competition. Alright then, people, participants are here and they're waiting to get into the tent to face the judges. You think you have what it takes to wow the judges and move you to the next level?
Yes.
I like that confidence, man. She said yes. All right, people, this is what we are doing. We are still going to go over there and talk to some of the participants who are right behind me. Some of them are really tense. Some of them are nervous. Some of them are saying they are not nervous at all. They've got this on lock 100%. But once they get in there, sometimes the story changes. One person who actually spoke to earlier on says he's not nervous at all. I'll definitely be nervous, but he's not. So I want to ask him, what's your secret? Why are you not nervous?
I know that the idea I'm going to pitch there is coming from my head. Well, to be honest, I'm 1% nervous now.
So tell me, what do you think about the young people in this country generally, from any point?
Thank you very much for that question. It's important anyway. And generally, my overview about the young people is like, they have the talent anyway. They have the talent, they have the passion, and they are definitely committed to what they do.
This man here thought I was going to forget him, but definitely I can't forget you. Do you think you have what it takes to take you to the next level?
Yeah. Thank you very much for asking me that question. Of course, I have what it takes.
This is how it feels like when you're just sitting outside waiting to get into the tent to meet the judges. At the end of the day, you only have 3 minutes to pitch. And if you succeed, well, you move to the next level.
My name is Fatu S. Jula. I'm from Bakote. I'm the founder of Kanjalo Spices. Kanjalo Spices is a food processing company in the Gambia which specializes on spices production. Our main objective is to reduce the consumption of chemically made spices from our neighboring countries. So what we do is we work with women farmers who grow vegetables. We buy their harvest and then process them. The products we do is like pepper sauce, seasoning sauce. We also do garlic paste, ginger powder, garlic powder. We have cloves, turmeric, and then we have also locust bean powder. So those are some of the products that we do and then sell it to our customers. Our customers are the working class who do not have the time to go to the market, shop these spices, and some of them also feel lazy to peel and pound the spices sometimes for their daily meals. So we buy these spices, process them in the best condition, and then resell them to our customers. And we are also targeting the hotels, restaurants. We are also targeting the supermarkets and also the local vendors in the Greater Banjul area. So our supplies, we supply 5 shops in Serakunda market, and we also have 1 outlet in Tipagara's market.
What tools do you use to process the raw materials for me? What techniques do you use?
Okay, the tools that I use to process, right now I have machines at home. So after purchasing the raw materials from the garden, I bring them home and then sort them, remove the bad ones. I have a processing machine, like a grinding machine, that I use to grind like if it is the pepper, because I do different products, I grind the pepper and then use my big cooking pot to cook it and then package it.
If you win the 1.5 million, how will you invest it? And how will it transform your business? What is your goal? What is your target?
What I want is, if I have this money, I will use it to establish my own processing center with certified bodies will guide me on that, so that I will have a perfect product for the public.
I want to know a bit more about your competition. We all know that there's a lot of chemicals, so we know there's companies, I don't want to name their names, where you can go to the supermarket and buy $100, $200. How is your pricing compared to your competition, and how do you differentiate yourself from all the different spices on the market?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. My number one way of differentiating, I have different varieties and I have different sizes. Like when it comes to other companies, I have different varieties of the spices, but my main competitor is the famous Carnipachal company that we normally see, which comes with different colors of the same type of product, and I also do the same thing. I know people will not understand when it comes to price, because they are having maybe, let's say, half of the price. They are selling their product half of my price, but when it comes to quality, they are different. And when it comes to even the look, sometimes you buy it, you see this one is yellow. Sometimes you buy it, you see it's orange. You don't know which is which. So that is my point.
Now, if you are able to produce a lot more, do you believe that, and buy a lot more peppers from the farmers, maybe at a cheaper price, do you believe that you'll be able to compete in the market, or are you only focused on having a niche more higher end?
Right now, I have one outlet in Tipagaras. I'm supplying few shops in Serakunda market. So I'm targeting also Banjul and Birkama. So with that, if I have that type of like the farm and then the processing center be processing in bulky distinct production, I think that will help me a lot.
You're not using any of these chemicals, the additives that are used?
No.
Did you bring some that we can buy on the way out?
Yes, I brought some.
Okay, good.
Okay, so stick around. We want to try it, okay?
My name is Maimuna Jallo from Latikunda, Jaman. Okay, my business is food processing grano cake. I started selling grano cake back in 2019 December. When I first started selling grano cake, I was selling it for $25 in a white transparent plastic bag. So due to the pandemic in March 2020, I had to stop. So until last year, around this time, November 2021, I started reselling my grano cake. But this time around, I said to myself, I want something different, innovative, with rebranding and all of it. So I came up with a name called Marcia's Grano Cake, and also I came up with a new packaging. And also from that, I started supplying supermarkets and gas station mini markets as well. And also people in the diaspora too get to order my grano cake. And then it's in a white transparent pouch bag. It has stickers, front and back. The front is Marcia's logo, and the back has a nutritive value on it. Yeah, and it lasts for 6 months too. Yeah, and it's well processed here in the Gambia, my house too.
So then, if you did win this money, remind me again, how much is it? 1.5 million. What do you intend to do with that? How to scale up your business? What's the plan?
Okay, the plan is to get a grano cake machine, because right now when I'm processing the grano cake, I use it manually. The aim is to get a grano cake machine and also try and get a lot of granules from Lumo when grano is off season. Because around like from March to September, November, it's difficult to get in granite in the market. So it's really hard. Right now around December, November, towards January, February, it's easy to get granite in the market. So with the 1.5, it will be easier for me to get a lot of granite and then preserve it at home from Lumos, and also get the grano cake machines as well. And also pouch bag, and also the seals machine and all.
How much does the grano cake machine cost?
When I checked online, it was around, when I first started selling the grano cake last year, I looked at it online. I think it was around $5,000, the grano cake machine. Because when I started, it was manual, and it's really not easy processing grano cake manually.
And by how much percent or how much more will it increase your productivity, your output from now until if you get the machine?
It will increase it a lot, because for right now, I'm doing it manually, and I'm processing a lot of granite. Because
how much?
Like in a month, I can process like 1,000 bags. It depends on the peak season. Like right now, it's December. We get to have a lot of semesters coming, and then when they're going back home, they get to buy grano cake and then give it as gifts from Gambia, because it's an easy packaging as well to carry along.
How much do you sell one bag?
$100. When I started, it was $25.
So and do you sell every month that you produce? You sell everything out?
Yes, I supply to mini markets, gas station mini markets, and supermarkets as well.
So you do a 1,000 bags a month?
Yes.
So you make 100,000 every month?
Yeah, depending with the stuff.
My name is Ture. I'm from Lamin Kerawan.
Fantastic. I think we're excited to know what your business idea is, so please feel free.
My business idea is poultry. Yeah, poultry production. I choose poultry because I love birds. I want to set my poultry farm in a sustainable and a profitable manner, whereby I can sustain myself, the family, and the community at large. Because I wish to provide a good quality of meat whereby all the customers will be willing to buy from me. Because as we all know, still the Gambia are importing still in the Gambia, we are importing poultry meats. So I would love to venture into poultry, whereby I can provide a good quality of meat. And also, my product will be very high quality. I'll be giving my birds and organic materials, whereby my birds can stay healthy. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so just keep in mind, we're also entrepreneurs like you.
Yeah.
All of us, each of us here, outside of this, work in agribusiness every single day.
Yeah.
Doing what you want to do or you are doing. Are you doing this now or you want to start?
I want to start.
Okay. Is there currently any poultry farms in Karawan area?
Yeah.
There is?
Yeah.
Okay. If you were starting, how many birds would you start with first?
250.
Do you have any training in poultry?
Yeah, I spent 2 years in training poultry production at Holistic Agro Business, North Bank region, Farfenni.
Have you ever run a business before?
No.
No? And when you start your business, your poultry farm with 250 birds, what is your management strategy? Are you going to have a team of people, and how will you manage them?
No, I'm going to manage it by myself first. So when I happen to expand my business, then I can have some people to assist me. Yeah.
My name is Fatou Faye.
Okay.
A young entrepreneur, the founder of Zahra's Poultry Farm. In Zahra's Poultry Farm, we focus on rearing different types of poultry products, which is egg, chicken meat, and manure. So our main aim and objective is to create employment for at least 5 youth within the next 5 years, and to contribute to the socio-economic development of the Gambia. And also,
we're just your friends talking, don't be too...
We're entrepreneurs just like you, so
yeah.
It's okay.
Okay. For a vision, our vision is to be the leading provider of quality, affordable, and accessible poultry products in our community within the next 5 years, with sustainable poultry meat and eggs, and at least create employment for myself and youths in my community.
Have you already started the business?
Yes, please.
And how many birds do you have?
I started with 100 bats, but right now I'm having 150 bats.
What challenges have you had in the business in the last year? What can you say is your biggest challenge?
My biggest challenge was disease outbreak and phone, difficulties in accessing a phone to improve, and quality products like quality chicks, tray, and vaccines. Yeah.
My name is Musa. I currently live in Bursubi, Phase 1. Yes. Since the establishment of institutions like Gcci and other institutions, who are actually helping youth in terms of business, in terms of the ideas they have, part of those people are youth that are engaging in poultry, poultry farming and stuff. They have trained so many youth and supported so many youth into the business. So actually, I'm somebody that normally follows their progress. So I did a little bit of research about what are the progress that they had since they started business as poultry farmers. So what I found out was they were actually facing difficulties in terms of the market. So, I came up with this idea. I said, why not have a company that will actually build up that customer base, to connect the two people, the producer and the one selling it. So you will see that the company will be a company that will actually buy from the producers, the poultry farmers themselves, and Gambians to be specific. So, and then selling it to the local shopkeepers, supermarkets and stuff, which will ease the supply chain, and give them a chance as producers to expand in terms of their production and the capital. Yeah, and the advantages of this business idea is, one, it will promote health in the society because the company will only buy from local poultry farmers in the Gambia, very proteinous, nutritious and healthy eggs. It will not only promote health, but it will also bring about employment because it has to be with supply. And then as the business grows, we want it to be countrywide, so it will bring about employing so many youth into the business. And then one, it will lead to the growth of the farmers themselves, the poultry farmers, and yeah, so far.
Have you started this business yet, or it's still in the idea phase?
Actually, not in the idea. Just I'm doing research, on it. Just a couple of months ago, I actually visited one of the second biggest poultry farmer in the Gambia, and we had a face-to-face talk about what are the difficulties they are facing, how are they trying to tackle them, and that is how I developed the idea, because I cannot just come and then with the idea and then just jump to let's say implement stage. No, I have to make research about what the business is all about.
How do you plan to get the big customer base that you're talking about? Because your business is to go get customers for the producers. That's one. And number two is, how are you going to fund that? Because it sounds as though you're going to buy from the poultry with your money and sell to the customer in the end. That's going to mean that you have a lot of capital out and a lot of inventory. Have you thought of different business models where you'll have to put in less money, maybe take a commission, maybe operate like a connector, something? Have you thought of that?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. How to build a customer base? That's a very important question. Actually, there's one thing that the people who are actually selling these eggs to the to their customers, the local shopkeepers, there's something they're facing. That is, they are not normally supplied the egg. They go and buy it in these enterprises. For example, these street enterprises that we have in wholesale, and then they will retail it. And most of them they face really difficult things like having to hire an Uber to actually take the material to their shop. Some of them take bicycles, some of them take wheelbarrows, and then along the way of taking that good to their shop, there are so many things that can happen. Like, you can destroy everything. I mean, we are talking about eggs. They are very super fragile, and then if you break them, you lose a lot of capital. But what we are planning as a company, this idea I'm having, we are going to have cars that will actually go and deliver it to their doorstep, and thereby eliminating the other the enterprises.
That doesn't tell us how you get the customer.
Yeah, okay. So what I plan to do with the idea is actually going to them, having a tete-a-tete with them, and then using that difficulty they are having to our advantage to actually show them, hey, we can be your exclusive suppliers. We are going to give you local, and we are going to give you at a very affordable price.
The vehicle, maintenance, petrol, the drivers, you need a constant cash flow. How do you ensure that? Meaning that for the clients who are buying, how are you going to charge them?
Exactly, the clients we are buying. We'll consider first at what price are we buying it.
For the poultry industry, we have seen the imported eggs has been in the market for so long, and it controls the market. So how are you able to convince a fuller shop that buy eggs from me at a higher cost from an imported egg?
Okay, that's a very super important question. Thank you for that question. Nelson Mandela said, nothing seems possible until it's done. Though it's going to be a challenge, but somebody has to take it. I mean, the country, it's a sad thing that the country is the economy is so controlled by foreigners, which is actually impacting the local people. Things like, for example, if today the foreigners decide to, stop shipping imported eggs into the country, there's going to be scarcity. We have seen it with fishing. Gambians are not in control with our fishing, industry. It's controlled by foreigners. So when they leave, we just lose everything. So what we plan to do is, we try and convince them, bring, robust plans to actually convince them that, it's time to take over your economy. It is time to support your brother. It is time to support your sister.
But most of the fuller shops I'm talking about,
they're actually foreign.
So how are we going to sell them eggs? And the ones that control most of the local shops here.
That is, I will come back to this point. That is, they actually face a lot of, a big difficulty in actually taking the product to their shop. They take town trip. That's a lot of money. Do you know how much town trip costs nowadays? It's crazy. But if you will use that as our advantage and convince, of course we will be able to convince them.
If you're waiting for people to change their habits and stuff like that, it's going to be very hard to convince someone to invest in you.
Exactly. That is where the idea comes. Not convincing the customers, but the shopkeepers themselves.
The shopkeeper only cares about cost.
Customers.
He doesn't care where it comes from.
Exactly.
Okay, so if you're talking about shopkeepers, focus on cost. If you're talking about individual buyers, focus on the people who want the higher quality. So you need to segment your customer base. Don't mix up the shopkeeper and Fatu at home who wants to buy organic eggs.
I am by the name Alhaji Gay. And I have a business. My business name is Amin Farm. Amin Farm was established in 2019, March. Okay. Amin Farm is a business that deals with horticulture. Under horticulture, it deals with seedlings and vegetables. Okay. So my motivation on vegetables, I have seen that there are a lot of importations of vegetables in the country. So this is why Al-Amin deems it necessary to indulge into vegetable production, because most vegetables are coming from other countries. Secondly, we believe that vegetables are very healthy food. They are protective and they help in the digestive tract. So this is also another motivative factor. Okay? Organic vegetables, I mean. When I talk about vegetables, I mean organic. That which is out of inorganic. That is made, with these organic fertilizers, unlike unorganic fertilizers. Okay. The other segment of my business is seedlings. Why do I do this? I believe, we have what we call SDG 13. And this SDG 13 deals with climate action. This is why I deem it necessary to do this seedling business, ranging from mangoes, oranges, you name them. People buy it to beautify their homes and their environments. And when we talk about climate actions, environment cannot be excluded. Yeah. The other one is SDG 2, which is zero hunger. We are living in a world wherein 1.2 billion are hungry, particularly in the developing countries. So this is why we say we have to take action. Al-Amin takes action to produce food for the people. Okay? All right. My constraints, I would like you to know. Number one, funding problem. Second, space or land, where to have my garden, vegetable, and the seedlings. A protective land, not just a land, but a protective where other, things cannot enter the land. Okay? And then the seasonal market is another problem of my business. Like seedlings, the market is seasonal. What do I mean by seasonal? The market is normally productive during the beginning of the raining season, after which the market gets low. Thank you. This is what I have.
All right. I think I love that you spoke very clearly and you definitely know what you're doing. I think my focus is for your sales, especially when you focus on the SDG goals for zero hunger.
Yeah.
Are you selling at a lower price than the market or?
Yeah, this is what I do. Okay. I sell at a very reasonable price.
Okay.
You said one of your challenges is the land.
Yeah.
So is this business already existing? And if so, Where are you producing your seedlings and your vegetables right now?
Exactly. The business is in existence, and I produce at my home. I have a 10 by 10 space. That's where I produce, which is not huge.
Which vegetables do you sell?
Yeah, I sell lettuce, I sell cabbage, the pepper, yeah, you name them. There are a lot of vegetables.
And where do you sell it?
I sell normally at Castaro Market.
If you happen to win this $1.5 million, how will it help your business right now?
Yeah, if I become the winner, all that I will do is to expand, because the business is a small business. So now I'm on my expansion phases. What I want is to expand my business, to get a land, a productive land, to buy more materials, garden materials needed, okay, all the inputs needed in gardening, okay, and to employ people as well who will be working with me.
As the fastest growing GSM company in the Gambia, QCell has the widest 4G plus coverage in the country, 3 times faster internet speed than our competitors. So switch now and dial *335# and enjoy what true 4G feels like. QCell, the Gambia's trusted network.
My business name is Lamturos Farm. I'm into the different agricultural sector or area. That is sheep fattening, horticultural production, and poultry production. And part of the business concept and idea is to make sure at least we contribute our quota in making sure we realize our food self-sufficiency that we're yearning for in our country. And we knew that agriculture is the economics backbone, or is the backbone of our country's economy. So we also have a role to play to make sure we also play our quota and give it back to the community that we serve in, or that we actually part of. So that is the reason behind my initiative, to make sure at least I come up with such plans, so at least, especially those people within my community, to engage them and involve them into the production cycle, because we've realized that particularly the youths who are greatly affected in this irregular journey or irregular migration, having them on board to join the initiative will definitely cope or reduce the irregular journey that people are involved into. And also we understand that agriculture contributes about 24% of our GDP, that is the gross domestic product of our country. So involved into such production, it will definitely also give a helping hand to the government's implementation agenda, that is the National Development Plan, and also in realizing of the Gambia we want, because we knew that we are a developing country. So the government alone cannot do it, but we have to also help them in making sure they realize their potential and their dreams. So in agricultural production, especially in the business area, it's an area that is not like that much competitive. So coming up with plans and strategies to see how best you at least contribute your quota, whereas people can reduce the importation rate of some of these products that can be widely produced here, it will definitely help us so that the inflation rate can be reduced at least at a cost.
Have you started the farm already, or you want to start a farm?
I started my own farm when I was on posting before at North Bank. Okay. But then now I am coming back home where I live in my community. Now I am almost done with the business planning and all the strategies and materials to input, whereas we can get the farm ready. So it's almost on construction, and we're actually on target. Yeah.
All right.
So with the $1.5 million, so you will start starting on all these 3 sectors within the agricultural. You starting all of them at once, or you have a plan of starting one and then moving to another one?
Okay, thank you very much. As a business-minded individual, we believe in starting small and growing big. So my plan for now is like to start with the production, that is the poultry production. Whereas at least I start with layers or broilers. That can definitely gain me income, whereas I can open up with the sheep fattening and the horticultural side. Because the horticultural side and the sheep fattening, those sheep that after having graze, when they graze, those dung can be used for my horticultural garden, and that can be within the agricultural value chain, whereas it will boost my production.
Very good. What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Amin Farm from Birkama.
We want to know what your business idea is, what your business plan is.
Okay, my business plan is I am a poultry farmer.
Okay.
So I want to look into the sector, the key areas that we find difficult. Because in poultry sector, we all know that in the Gambia here, right now, maybe 90% of our poultry products come from outside. So as we the young people, when we take up the lead to see that the industry move forward, we can invest more into the poultry sector. Like we will be able to counter some of the challenges that we face, like the cost of the poultry product and some of the things that we have in the poultry sector, like the marketing. For example, if I am a poultry farmer and he is a poultry farmer, so he will be able to have an idea for the marketing problem that we face. And I also have a problem, because if I am to take up the lead to solve the marketing problem, I will not help only myself. I will help a lot of poultry farmers out there, because we all know that right now social media marketing is the best marketing strategy one can use. So, for example, if I get the chance to expand my industry, I'll venture into social media marketing like this ads, Facebook ads, and other social media sector. Because if I use the social media, I'll be able to reach more audience, and they'll be able to get in contact with me. And once that's a success for me, it will be a success for another farmer out there. Yeah.
So if I can understand this correctly, you're already a poultry farmer.
Yeah.
And what you would like to do is to help your industry by creating the marketing platform for them, or
building a marketing platform
Okay.
for them. And also in the poultry sector, we have a lot of challenges there.
Okay.
Because the feed also is a problem in the poultry sector.
Okay, yes, that's true.
You are buying a bag of feed for $1,850, and how much do you expect to sell your chicken?
Right.
So we should also try and improve on our feed
Okay.
thing, because right now, if for example I am a poultry farmer,
Yeah.
I've been in the system, but a new poultry farmer who has just entered the system
Right.
don't know how to subsidize the feeding things in his farm.
Right.
Because for me, I once have a shortage of feed around the Tobaski, because that time, you know, right now everybody is talking about the Ukraine war. They said grains are not coming, so feed is another problem. So my birds were getting weak, and then the alternative that I take to sustain them was to look for bread at the bakery, like bread that don't live in. When I blend is all of it, okay? Yeah. Mburu bu la mujé jël ma lifin ko may jox suma ganari pour ma mun leena sustain ak mboha bi ma jënda mboha bolé ko ci ma mëna sustain ganari. Wa new farmer bo xamantene dafa just join ci système bi pour mu lifin xam nga koku non du mëna am idea bi. Maybe first challenge bi dafa nekk challenge, because mburu bi dafa oyofal ganari. Wa bu fekkee ne yaa ngi use feed bi yaa ngi leena sustain ak mburu bi, loolu xam nga sa expense bi dafa waaja. So man suma amee chance bi pour am yeneen type of support, I will also try to improve on the feed aspect of the poultry farmers.
Wow, foog naa ñun dégg nañ si looy wax de. waaye just to know like fan nga focus, ndax yow da ngay focus si feed bi, o ndax da nga bëgg a nekk comme organisation, o yow da nga bëgg a nekk nit ki koo xam ne da ngay jàppale ñoo xam ne ñu ngi just dugga si, like sa taxawaay bi fan la nekk exactly.
Yeah,
so foog naa loolu lañ, because dëgg su nekkee yéen laa jox $1.5 million dañ bëgg a xam ne tey fan nga koo dugal.
Yeah, slowly, catch the monkey in the jungle. So dama start slow, ma jema try comme numa amé market, because market is the problem right now.
Okay.
So feed bi num bon bobu dang ko mëna am so amé xaliss bi. Wa market bi même so amé xaliss bi do mëna forcer nit yi nga ne len jëndal len.
Waaw loolu tamit dëgg.
So li fi ne market bi la bëgg focus dal ci marketing aspect bi. Yeah.
Okay. So léegi yow ñaata ganaar nga amangum?
Man fu mu nekk nii suma ganaar yi dama leen génne 150 laa dugaloon, because man I am a student, this is my first year.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a fresh graduate from senior secondary school.
Okay. Okay.
So I was doing it since my grade 11, grade 10. So
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
léegi soo jotee si xaalis bi noo waxee nga naan loo use xaalis bi pour marketing bi xaalis bi lu moo njëriñ si marketing bi daanaka.
ok xaalis bi su ma ko amee dama dugal consignment because soo buggee def practical you have to war nga am looy defee practical because su ma amee ganaar yi ma lifin suma budget dama budget for the marketing lifin bi because maybe 5,000 for Facebook ads, this thing for this radio advert or sensitization about my product. So loolu laa bëgg a lifin xaalis bi purposely pour femme bi pour ma dugal another consignment ma yokka ko si suma xaalis bu ma am pour ma mun a boost suma production level bi.
xalaat nga da maybe yow war nga mun a defar sa fiidi boppa ndax sa xalaat bi dem na ba foofu nga xalaat ne ok si xaalis boobu di nga mun a jënd ay machine am nga because already am nga ay idea ne yenn say feed bi su seeree daal ba seer di nga mun a am like a kind of mixture like da nga xalaat ne ok how can you make your own feed
xalaat naa loolu xalaat naa loolu because su ma amee capital loolu rek maa mun a jox living bi pour ma aga foofu noonu so without capital because right now this initiative is very helpful because there are a lot of youths out there who are trying to get the chance here because so then living in the number of youths that apply for it lolu rek mun na la convince come the youths can do it.
That's for sure.
We can do it so once we get the support we will be able to do it.
I am Omar Jaba.
Okay.
I'm from Gcci village, West Coast region. I'm the founder of Nafa Food Processing, and Nafa Food Processing is a food processing business that deals with processing of local cereals or raw agricultural products into blended nutritional meals that are prepared for infant, children, pregnant women, and elderly. And in that, we have realized that there are so many post-harvest losses happening to farmers, malnutrition of corn powders that have been imported in other countries that are available in the market, and also most of the farmers are not exposed to value addition, and there is also a decline in agricultural production. That's why we decided to come up with this food processing business in order to encourage farmers to involve more in production and also practice value addition concept in their farming.
Could you tell us specifically just the products you do have?
Yes, I make Jula. Jula is a product that is a composition of beans, millet, groundnut, and Keur. This is a blended nutritional meal that we prepared for babies. It's normally called baby cereal. It is highly nutritious. It can be given to a baby 3 months or 6 months old, and also it can also be eaten by elderly.
What is it? Is it a bar? Is it a porridge? How does it look?
Yeah, it's a porridge. We package them into different categories. We have 250 grams up to 1 kilo. This is how we package it.
Okay, and this is to fight malnutrition in babies, right?
Yes, of course.
So it's similar to I think the World Food Organization. They bring one in. They call ETFs.
Of course.
They give them to kids.
Of course.
One question I have is one of the major challenges and problems with the cereals for infants using groundnut and corn is the prevalence of aflatoxin in the groundnut and the corn in Gambia. And this could be harmful to infants. Are you doing anything to control, monitor, and see the impact of this in terms of a food safety and health aspect on the infants that you're feeding? What do you do to mitigate this risk of aflatoxin using Gambian groundnuts?
Good. That's a very good question. I think I am very particular with aflatoxin. I make a finding. I went to Nari and I was given a sample, a groundnut sample that is aflatoxin free. And this is what we have started growing so that we can multiply the seeds, and in the near future, we'll be able to have more of that quantity and use it in our products. But for now, what we do, we are conscious of food safety and security. We ensure we pick out those that are affected with aflatoxin before we do our processing.
How do you pick out the ones that are affected with aflatoxin?
Now we normally when we buy our ingredient or our granule from the market, we would pick those that are affected, because you will be able to know this granule is being affected by fungus. So those that are likely affected by fungus, we will pick them out, and those that are not good, the bad ones, we pick them out, and we go ahead with those that are in good condition.
You do this picking before or after you buy the granule?
We do the picking after buying the granule.
So then, and how much % of the amount that you buy is bad? Has aflatoxin?
Come again, please.
What quantity? Let's say you buy a bag, 50 kilo granule. How many kilo of that 50 kilo do you usually throw away?
Usually it's like 5 to 10%.
Okay.
Because some of the granules are affected, especially those that are not fully ripe. You will encounter a lot of them being affected with aflatoxin or being affected with rotting.
But doesn't that affect your cost, because now you're buying aflatoxin?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Have you looked at pre-sorting before you buy?
Yeah, because normally if you go to the market, you will find the product being bagged already. So if you tell the customer or the seller that I want you to do the selection of do the sorting out of the ones that are affected with aflatoxin, they will tell you no, this is already been sorted out. So for them too, they said that is going to be that is going to be an economic loss to them. Hence, they also buy it from a Lumo and they want to resell. So they would advise you, if you want to buy, you go and do your spotting out of anything that you don't like and take the rest that are good. Yeah, but sometimes it's at our disadvantage.
What I'm asking is, because that is a loss leader for you.
Yeah.
Have you thought of, so if you get this 1.5 million and you want to expand,
yes,
5% of 1.5 million, if you were to buy, let's say $1 million worth of groundnuts, that 5% is still a lot of money. So have you thought of how you are going to overcome this problem when you scale into bigger production?
Good, yes. Hence, I went to Nari and I have discovered that there is a variety of groundnut that is aflatoxin free. I will embark in that production.
Is it the one with AflaSafe?
For?
Is it the one that has been given AflaSafe?
No, I'm not sure is that quantity, because it is in their lab. They said it is in a very smaller quantity. They are just having the sample. So I plead to them, if I can have just some seeds that I can use, grow it, multiply it for maybe a number of years, so that if I have enough variety, I could cultivate it for my business.
Aflatoxin, is it normally hand-picked? As you said, you hand-picked. So is it always in those ones that seems bad, or is it not ones that are not seen either by microscope or scanning machines, or is it ones that are only seen by the bare naked eye?
Sometimes most of them are visible when you look at them. You can compare a good granule than from a granule that has been affected by aflatoxin. Most of the time you can detect it by physically looking at it.
And not all the time.
Yes, not all the time. Yes.
But the reason we're bringing this up is because you're feeding infants.
Of course.
And a small amount of aflatoxin. So if you look at the WFP tolerance for aflatoxin, it's almost zero, and this is why your competition is called Plumpy Nut. I don't know if you know of them.
Yeah.
Plumpy Nut. If you go to Bundung Hospital,
yes,
they give it to infants there. The peanuts from that comes from Sudan, and they select peanuts that have zero aflatoxin. So I think buying from the market where even the peanuts that don't have aflatoxin are mixed with peanuts with aflatoxin is a risk of contamination. So I think that for me, that is a major risk in your business that you need to overcome if you want to enter the market. Because the big market for you, I know right now you're selling individually, but the big market for you is for the United Nations agencies, the WFP, the world, those feeding programs to contract you, but they won't do that until you're able to solve this aflatoxin issue. And I think you need to put a lot more work. I see you already doing work on it and thinking about it, but I think that is going to be the major challenge in this business.
My name is Amisi Maha. I'm from Pipeline. My business is called Marcia Keur. I started this business in 2018 after attending a training organized by Gcci, where youths were to give their business ideas and their journey. I come up with this idea. Marcia Keur is a local shopping to your doorsteps. We provide vegetable supply for the working class ladies and the old age who cannot make it to the market. We come up with this idea to nduga for them, locally called nduga, and send it to their doorsteps. We also prepare processing foods, well packaged, and send it to them. We also add a seasoning powders. As we all know, we use chemicals in our foods at home. So we also come up with this idea to have our own natural seasoning powders. We use ginger, garlic, bay leaf for our natural seasoning powders. We also have our locust bean that we can use in our soups. We also come up with the idea of, we have customers at the diaspora. They ask for our products. We do food processing for the people at the diaspora. Our local foods, we have mbahal and chura gerte. We also have our cereals, natural cereals food, araw, chakri, chere, and finde. We work with the women gardeners for our vegetable supplies. We work with women farmers for our groundnuts and other agricultural products. We also work with women at Tanje for our fishes, dry fish, and salted fish. Our target is to have our own store, a local supermarket, where our customers will meet us and have their grocery to them. We also work with women and young girls.
So right now, do you have everything available, or how does it work? How do I know what to order? Do I just call you and say that I want this and this and this, and then you go and get it, or?
Yeah, for now, we have to, when we take from the women gardeners, some customers will request for some things that we don't have. Okay. We get them from the market. Okay. But our target is to have our own store with all our products.
Okay. So so you'll go to the market for me.
Yeah.
And I think, okay, I like that. That's an advantage and a benefit,
yeah.
I think, for professionals, people that are busy, and just in general.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a service that you offer the most. Is that where you make most of your sales? Where do you make the most money right now? I'm asking this so that, if you do win that $1.5 million, where it's gonna go?
With the vegetable supply or the food processing, you mean?
Overall, you mentioned several components in your business.
Yeah.
I just want to know, where at this moment are you making the most money? Where's most profitable?
Though I started with the vegetable supply, with people in the Gambia, as we all know,
yeah,
they are not into it. Maybe they don't know with the services and the service fee.
Yeah.
But the people at the diaspora,
okay,
the food processing,
okay,
I get more customers there.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, good, very good.
Okay, so your Nduga service, as you said, is not doing very well as compared to your diaspora delivery service.
Yeah.
Have you thought about focusing your business on just the diaspora and dropping the Nduga service, or do you feel like there's certain things that you can do with the Nduga service that will make it better and more appealing to customers? What are your thoughts in the direction that you want to go as the entrepreneur?
Yeah, with the Nduga service, I will not drop it because it's the main business.
Okay.
I'll focus on it and get where I want to get to. For people to know more and be aware of it.
Sorry, it's your main business.
Yeah.
Why?
The Nduga service.
What makes it your main business?
Because I want the working class lady and the old age to solve their problems.
But that doesn't make it your main business. That makes it your main desire.
Yeah, my main desire. Okay.
Your main business is what makes you money.
Okay.
So is your main business the Nduga service or the diaspora service? As a business person, not what you want, as your business.
As a business person, yeah, both can go well.
As of now.
As of now, yeah, it's a diaspora.
So what is it that you want to focus on? Because in business sometimes you have to make decisions on the direction that you're going, right? Whereas in your diaspora service, you're as from what I understand, you have products that you have, and which is the arao and the fish and things like that, and you sell them to the diaspora and it makes you income. Whereas the Nduga service, you provide a service for people to go, which clearly you're more passionate about that one.
Yeah.
But the diaspora service is giving you a lot of money.
Yeah.
At some point, let's for example, you get this 1.5 million, you're going to have to focus more energy on one or the other. Now, the diaspora is making you money now and probably has a lot more money in it. Whereas the Nduga service will need you to do a lot more for it to make it your main business. Have you thought about when the decision time comes on what to focus on more, which one you will focus on and why, and what you're going to do differently in that business? If it's the Nduga service that you pick that makes it worthwhile to drop or reduce your focus on the diaspora service. That's what I want to know. Which direction are you going?
Yeah, okay, sorry, not only the diaspora, because the food processing, even people in the Gambia want it more as a preserve and package. As time goes on, the Nduga service will be there, but I'll focus on the food processing, wherein I want a center where I can process well with a good hygiene practice and have locations where all my products will be in accordance. So after that, because I started with the Nduga service, now to the food processing, to have a center and a well-packaged products.
And who does the Nduga, yourself or you have staff?
Yeah, I do the Nduga.
So you do the Nduga, who does the food processing?
I have two
staff.
Employed staff, yeah.
Okay, so it's a team of 3.
Yeah.
My name is Mohamed Lamin Toure. I'm the founder of Toure's Horticulture and Business Enterprise. I've been into horticultural production for ages, but after attending a business training program, I conducted a survey among 328 horticultural farmers to assess the challenges they face. And the results showed that 64% of the challenges were due to lack of seedlings. So I decided to venture into seedling production. And the farming season usually starts at the end of November. So what I do, I prepare the seedlings about a month before the start of the farming season. So that when farmers are done clearing their farms, by that time the seedlings would have been matured already. So they can just buy it and transplant them directly. No need to go through buying the seed, going through the seedling process, which can take about 2 months. So this is a solution that I provide. First, my market target was the Bakau Women's Horticultural Garden and the Bakau Care Point Garden. But word got out and we started having requests from Fajikunda Garden, Sukuta, Brufut, and now all the way in Yundum. And the plan is to be the biggest horticultural seedling provider in the whole country. And hence my business plan, Seedlings for All. Thank you.
Fantastic. I love that. I love that you're focusing in one area, but a very key area.
Can you tell us a bit more about the business fundamentals, the economics behind seedling production and sales, your cost, where you get your raw material from, what it costs you to get it to the market, and how competitive you are with the existing seedling market?
Okay. So first, the cost has to do with buying the seeds. I buy the seeds in Dakar. I have someone who does that for me. We go to Dakar, they have a seed company there. We'll buy the seeds and bring them here, and I will start working on them. I can say this, I'm the sole provider of seedlings in this whole garden. Yeah. This whole garden, the sole provider, no competition. Because the work is hectic. It demands patience, and it's very challenging. Taking care of seedlings, like taking care of a baby. It's very demanding. So this is the reason why I'm into it.
And do you focus on a specific type of seedling? Which crop?
Onions, cabbage, okra, and tomato. These are the ones I'm doing.
And which is your biggest seller?
Onions. Onions. Last year market showed that I think 34% of the profit was solely on onions.
And if you get the 1.5 million, what are you going to do with it?
Like I said, cover the whole Gambia.
I think it's a very good area because it's been innovative and then focusing on one area of the market that's mostly one of the challenges. And we're here because we want to see Gambians solving problems that are our key problems. There are so many women into this business. Okay. And most of them, they are discouraged by the fact that they have to raise seedlings and then getting destroyed by any way or other. So then what I wanted to ask is how operational are you? Is it during the rainy season, no rainy seasons, or is it throughout the whole year?
Okay. Apart from the rainy season, the whole garden season, we work in that one. Because once the rainy season starts, that's for rice cultivation and all. So no garden will be operating at that time. So it starts from November all the way to around May, June. That's where it stops. So the next 3 months, we take that off break.
So to increase your productivity, I believe most horticultural businesses have a down period, right? Sure. Have you put any thought into how you can make that down period, like you said, more productive for your business?
Sure. I'm not just into the selling part, because once they come to buy the products, I also offer advice on the rules of transplanting and all that, just to help them go with the production thing. So that's one thing that I do.
Do you think that you can monetize that, let's say in your down period? So this advice that you give, have you thought of monetizing it so it can also be a part of your business? Because at the end of the day, this is a business plan competition. So we're looking at how you can, if you have this $1.5 million, how do you maximize the return on that investment? So what these things, services that you do for free in the off season, have you thought of monetizing it, and how would that look?
Sure. Not just in the seedling part. As a medical doctor, I'm into promoting nutrition-sensitive agriculture. So I'll be selling the seedlings at the same time, advising my customers to engage into these green leaves and all that, to be consuming those things. As time goes on, as I said, I'm planning on venturing into multiple streams of income. As we know in the Gambia here, just operating on one stream of income does not take you anywhere. So the key to an ozonic wealth, as I believe, is through operating in multiple streams of income. And I'm hoping to use that in the future.
Fantastic.
I like it very much.
I like it.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Good luck.
SK produced it.
Keur, Jula, Charlie. Charlie.